Everyone, it's Sharon here from I Restore Stuff, the blog, and going live with another great DIY Essential Stencil project for you today. We're going to be using some tote bags today. So I do have a few stencils that we want to look at today, but who's excited? Let me know where you're tuning in from as soon as you start watching. And just a reminder that we give away prizes here at Essential Stencil, and I would love you to be a lucky winner. So just remember that at the end of the live, we'll be drawing 3 winners. And if you are watching the replay of our live here today, then you can comment the word replay, and within the next 24 hours after our live has finished, you could be another random lucky winner as well. So let me see if I can find the comments and make sure we're all good to go. Scrolling. And looking for the comment section. Nope. Sorry guys, just trying to find my way here. Got my handy husband here to help. It says too low FPS over on my screen here. So I don't know what that means, but it sounds like. Okay, now I can see you guys. Thank you. Thank you, Marty. Everyone, 3 cheers for my wonderful husband here, who's helping me out with this different way of filming the lives so that we can see it with better quality and all of the things. So, hi Peggy, Joyce is here. I'm just kind of looking down at my iPad here to see you all. We're using a couple of different designs. Now, has anyone, first of all, let me just talk about the new fall collection that's coming out. We've been able to have a sneak peek at that. If you haven't seen that already, I did put a link to where you can see that in the description of the live. But tomorrow, hang on, it's Thursday here. So for us today in Australia, it's now, but for you, it's Wednesday. So tomorrow, Thursday at midday, we'll be going live on the app so that you can pre-order the brand new fall collection stencils. And then I think on the Friday is when it's available for everybody. So there is a bundle with that, as Essential Stencil have done in the past. There's a bundle that's already all together as a bundle, gets you 15% off, you know, the whole fall bundle. Oh, awesome, thank you. But then of course, if you use my code, which is I Restore Stuff, I've got the code in the description of the live. If you use my code I Restore Stuff, you'll get a further 10% off. So awesome deal. So I can't wait till that hits tomorrow. If you're using the app to order, don't forget to type in my code I Restore Stuff at the checkout to make sure that extra 10% does go in there for you. So hello everyone. Thank you so much for commenting. Thank you for watching. My husband's lent me his little iPad here so I can have a look at all your comments. Oh, Rebecca's here from Brisbane. This is my hometown. So if you're new to Essential Stencil, watching us live, I'm from Australia, the land down under, and we are going to be working on some tote bags today. I've got a couple, and they're just calico tote bags that I've just got from our local craft store. You can use my Amazon link if you want to find some there that I've probably got already in my shop, my storefront there on my Amazon link. But if you do want that, I can pop that in the comments at a later time. I always love to go through, and if you've got any questions about what we're demoing today, you can always pop your questions in and I'll go back through and answer them later on. Right, one of the bags I wanted to do today, so let's pop one aside and we'll show you that in a minute. But our first Essential Stencil that I want to work with is the Grandparent themed one. It's called the Grandparent's 3-pack. There's and it's got 3 stencils in it. Let me show you what they are. The first one here is Life is Better with Grandkids. The second one is Our Greatest Blessings Call Us Grandma and Grandpa. And then the third one here is Only the Best Parents Get Promoted to Grandparents. So there you go, isn't that cute? So we're going to be using this Life is Better with Grandkids sign here, and I just thought it'd be a fun idea if you're thinking ahead and thinking of Christmas gifts, or you have birthdays, grandparents' birthdays, that kind of thing. Wouldn't it be fun for a tote bag idea? So we're going to start with that, and then also If you are in the Stencil of the Month Club, or if you've only just joined the Stencil of the Month Club, or you want to be in there, these ones that I'm going to show you now are a set of grandparent stencils, grandparent related or grandchildren related, whole stencil set that I designed, yours truly, right here, for, was it July, I think? And so if you're in the Stencil of the Month Club, they do have a shop that's exclusive just to Stencil of the Month Club users, and you will find past month's designs in the shop, plus some bonuses that throw out there just exclusive for club members. So to join the Stencil of the Month Club, you can use my code I Restore Stuff for that as well and get 50% off your very first month of joining. So if you haven't done that already, it is really a great community in there. They have a Facebook group where you can get inspired by so many of the wonderful DIYers in the group. All right, so what I want to do today is use this Life is Better with Grandkids. We'll stencil this on, and I thought of adding some hearts. What you could do with, if you're in the Stencil of the Month Club and you missed this design, you can still get that at the shop, or if you're new and you want to join the club, you can get this one here. But look, we've got handprints. You could even paint your own kids, grandkids, handprints on there for your grandparents. But this set here, the three that I showed you before, are on the regular Essential Stencil site. So you can get those, use my code I Restore Stuff and get 10% off. This was the add-on for July. And so if you're in the club, it's stencilofthemonthclub.com. You can get some of the past month's add-ons and the past month's stencils in that shop until they're there until they run out. So just thought I'd add some fun, cute little hearts today to our tote bag for the grandparents. And then I've got another tote bag idea that we'll do here using fall stencil ideas. So to do our starting today, I want to add some cardboard in through the back there. Oh, Nana Gibson says, you look really pretty tonight. Thank you. And not in your normal craft area. What's going on? I am in my kitchen or dining area. And so I have done quite a few lives here on the kitchen bench. I feel like I don't have enough cardboard in there. What I'm going to do is use the backing. So this is also another great idea. Our stencil sets all come with some cardboard in between just to separate the stencils. And it fits perfectly in the tote bag. And it's nice and flat, and it gives you the right amount of space to be using that there. I don't know if you can see that there because it's quite bright. The light's a bit bright, but anyway. I will use one of our stencils brushes, and that's what I'll use my cardboard for, is offloading the brush and grab my paint. We'll go with black paint for this, and I might do red for the hearts. How's that? How are you all doing today? Sandy's here from Texas. I like how I can see my comments right here as I'm working. I'm just using a normal acrylic furniture type paint that I sell here in Australia. This is the colour Jet, which is a black artisan, if you're in Australia, artisan mineral paint. Or you can use, if you're in the States, you can use the fusion mineral paint or some of those furniture paints. It's just an acrylic based paint, and it does paint on fabric. And of course I always get the question, how does it not wash out? Well, I set it just by using either a hot iron, a dry iron, mind you, a hot dry iron, or pop it in the dryer for 15 minutes. And you can turn the design over and iron on the back of it if you don't want to put your irons directly onto the paint. But because I use such, I'm offloading my brush here, I've dipped it in the paint, offloading here, because I use such small amounts of paint, it really soaks into the fabric. So starting down the bottom with the larger letters, you can probably see my cable here that's charging things at the moment. Let's see if I can go down here with the bottom lower letters. Hopefully you can see this, but it'll stand out a lot more because the fabric is sort of an off-white and then the stencil is white. It's quite bright with the lights on it. So now I have not dipped my brush again, and notice how I've pulled all of that paint right the way across to just over half of the word. I'm just going to lightly dip my brush back in there. And I'm just holding this one. I haven't used any painter's tape to hold it down, just using my hand. Oh, I didn't put as much paint on the brush that time, did I? Christy's just asked, did you put anything between inside or doesn't it go through the canvas bag? So yes, I've put the cardboard that comes with the stencils. Can you see that here? There's a black cardboard that's in between each stencil. I don't want to move it too much. Yes, you can put that through. I don't know that it will come through, but you just don't want to make that risk of it coming through to the other side. Because I use such little paint, it hardly ever comes through. But yeah, it's definitely worth putting something in there just in case. All right, again, all that paint. It seems I've got a lot more here, and as it moves along, there we go. So we've got this cute line going across here. When you've got a line or lines in your stencils, instead of doing this little swirly motion, I just go back and forth. But I do tend to maybe see how I'm grabbing some of that paint that's around the stencil here. I'm going to grab that and push that in those lines there. Another little dab. Yes, someone's mentioning the Stencil of the Month Club. There are 3 options, the 1 month, 3 month and 6 month options for the Stencil of the Month Club. This set that I'm using right now is from our regular essentialstencil.com site. I've got the link up there in the description of the live. So if you're ordering anything, just remember to use my code IRestoreStuff for saving 10%. Woohoo! And Kathy said, I think most grandmas would love a bag like this. Can you imagine the kids bringing over a little tote bag for grandma filled with goodies even? How about that idea? A lovely little gift bag that grandma can then keep, show off to all her friends. Or grandpa, maybe he might want to keep his something in a tote bag. I don't know. He might want to take it shopping. It'll fit a few goodies in it. You can get all sorts of different size tote bags these days, I'm sure, where people are, you know, in Australia here, I don't know if it's like that in the USA, but we have banned the use of plastic bags in the supermarkets, and so they have some recycle bags. So you're encouraged to bring your own, you know, repurposed, reusable bags. And so a lot of people are doing this. They're using tote bags to just kind of save using the plastic. And so this is a great idea. Okay, are you ready? So now you can hear this. You can hear the paint sticking. Can you hear that? And as it pulls away, but I've got really beautiful, nice, sharp lines there. I'm going to wipe this off or pop this in my sink right away, so that I can. Oops, my sink is full. I'm going to have to do that later. I'll hold this up for you so you can see a little bit more clearly. But we've got nice, really sharp, crisp lines there for the outline. And what I want to do on top here, and I'm going to put my black brush in a wet cloth so that it doesn't dry out. And I'm going to use the hearts that I mentioned before. Oh, here's another idea. So in that same set, remember we've got this sign here that has some gorgeous little hearts along the bottom. So you could randomly put those hearts on there. But I wanted to use these hearts from the add-on in the Stencil of the Month Club and just add a few random hearts up here to the top of the tote bag. And I'm going to move my cardboard. Someone was asking, what have I got in between the layers? Let's see. No, it didn't seem to stick at all in between there. So that worked really well. Okay. And also, Essential Stencil did just mention that the Grandparent stencil that I mentioned here, this one with the 3 set, it's actually on sale at the moment. So you get the sale price plus use my code IRestoreStuff and you get 10% off that as well. So I'm going to pop them right here. I did grab a red color for the cute hearts. And this is Fusion Mineral Paint in the colour Cranberry. And you can find that in my Amazon store as well. And if you do want that link, I will I'll pop that in the comments for you later. All right, I'm going to use sort of one of our medium brushes. They come in a few different sizes, Essential Stencil brushes. I'll find my mini one. So I'm going to use a little bit more of a medium one to fill all the large areas of these hearts here. I've got to think about how many stencil brushes I'm using here. Maybe I'll use even larger one. Here's another one that I have that might work. Okay, so dipping my brush in, oof. Be careful not to flick it as I drag the brush and wipe the majority of the paint on the side. Okay, and then we're going to offload that here. And then we'll just test out. It's easier to add more, and like I was saying before, I didn't tape my stencil down, but you can if you would like to. So let's just do that on either side. If you're a little bit hesitant and scared of it moving, then just please do that. All right, so I'm going to do some random hearts, and I might just do, you know, a few like this so that they're kind of, we'll just have a look. We can always add more if we want to add more, can't we? Okay, so that's not coming on as thick as I'd like and not as much coverage as I'd like, but I can always add more. It's a lot harder to take this paint off if you've if you put too much on the brush and it bleeds underneath the stencils. You don't want those fuzzy edges. So let's just grab a bit more paint there from on the lid. And when you're working the bristles around in circles like this, you're sort of moving the paint within the bristles, which I find helps give it more coverage on larger pieces like this. So I think that we've got more coverage there on that heart, and then I can go over this one again, sort of smushing and working it in from the sides. And this one is just an outline. I'm not sure if you can see that from there, but we'll move. Now this one's larger, so I'm going to dip my paintbrush in again, offload. Yeah, it's a nice red colour. Sorry that the live's going in and out. I'm not sure about what's going on there with the connection because I'm on a really good connection here. So okay, that's got great coverage. I really love these cute little hearts. They're good for decorating a lot of things. And of course, if you missed that earlier, these hearts were one of the add-ons in the Stencil of the Month Club. So that's actually just exclusive to the club members. So I know that a lot of you are club members, and so you probably have this in your stash. If you're not, and you wanted to join the Stencil of the Month Club, it is, you can get 50% off your first month if you use my code, I Restore Stuff. Let's see. Do this one. And then once you're in the club, you can check out their shop, which will show you all of the past stencils from past months. You'll have access to those, plus some super exclusive bundles that they often drop in the club itself. And I know we've just talked about earlier, if you've just joined me, that Essential Stencil's regular site has a sneak peek right now of their brand new fall collection that is that will be available for pre-orders in the app tomorrow. I'm not sure whether to do this one or not. Let's take it off because we can always add more and just lay it back down. Okay, so let's have a little look what that looks like. I think I like it just like that. Don't need to add another one. I like that many. All right, so there's one tote bag idea, a great grandparent gift idea. You can fill it with things for the grandparents. Grandma might like to go shopping with her tote bag, or you could use it as who often has their children babysat by grandparents. The kids could bring this along each time with little goodies that they might bring to grandma's. I don't know. Just thought it was a fun gift idea. Okay, so there's one. let's have a look at our next tote bag idea. And I thought we'd go with a bit more of a fall stencil idea since we're celebrating that in the USA. In Australia, we're coming into spring, so it's all a bit different over here. I'm going to use that same card stock. And remember to iron or pop that in the dryer once you've painted it with your acrylic paints, whatever you're using. I just use water-based paints. Pop it in the dryer and you will heat set that so that it's good to use. All right. Okay, our next one, we're going to use the Grateful, Thankful, Blessed. Now this one has it's a 2-pack. There's the 2-pack there with that. And then we've got start each day with a grateful heart on the other side. I love the Grateful, Thankful, Blessed. And I thought I'd use this sunflower floral set also to just add a bit of embellishment there. That's got a 2 set and it's also got these flowers. Who knows what these flowers are called? Are they poppies? Someone will tell me in the comments. What are these ones? And it's got sunflowers on this side. So I'm going to use the sunflowers and I'm going to create a bit of a background. You could use the wreath, but I'm going to use a background on this one and then put the Grateful, Thankful, Blessed over the top. So where do you guys get your tote bags from? I'd love to know that. Maybe other people might find that interesting where you get yours from. I think I got ours from our local craft store, but they've probably got a bunch around the place. Popping this red in my wet cloth, just in case I want to use red again. It's a lot easier than using a wet brush, because that doesn't go too well when you're stenciling. Okay. Sandy said the hearts really put it over the top. Thanks, Sandy. Yep, I'll leave that down here so we can kind of see that one on the side. Using a bit of a mustard colour here. Now, I don't think I want... No, you know what? Yeah, I will. I'll do mustard and then I'm going to do some of this golden yellow colour as well. But I don't want to fill my entire... I don't want to do too much variation in colour because I want my words from my stencil are going to be on top and I want them to stand out. So I just want this to look as a bit of a subtle background in there. And I was thinking of just taking off some of the leaves and just making this go sort of centered there. So even though leaves are green, I'm going to just do them all one color. And you can put as much or as little of this stencil design on your tote bag as you want. So you could just, I might just leave off these little extra splashes that are around here. You could tape them off if you really did not want them to show up. So you would just grab some tape across there so they didn't accidentally, you don't catch your brush with them. But we'll see how we go. All right, again, another brush, and I think I'm going to use sort of a largish one. This one here is the 7/8 inch. Now these brushes are also available at the Essential Stencil website. You can add them in your order and still get your 10% off the brushes as well using my code IRestoreStuff. All right, this is the colour Mustard by Fusion Mineral Paint, and that's a furniture paint because I'm a furniture painter. If you've never been over to visit my page, it's IRestoreStuff, and that's what I do. I love to take old pieces of furniture and bring them back to life. Once again, we're offloading the brush, and let's start from the top up here. I've got another little, it won't matter if I get it or if I don't. Yeah, I love to upcycle furniture. Is anyone else who's painted their furniture and loves doing that too? It can be quite addictive when you find some old pieces that you've got lying around the house and you just want to update them from that, old 80s orange pine. Can just a bit of paint, bit of prep, bit of paint, and then sometimes you'll get them just looking as good as new. All right, so here's some, this is looking quite mustardy, isn't it? sunflower. I probably should have saved the mustard for the insides of the sunflower, but I'm just going to kind of get an overall look today. And because I have offloaded most of the paint onto here, that's how I can just swirl away and not get all that bleeding underneath the stencil. So remember, less is best. And we are just sort of creating a bit of a background here. For our full sign. I know sunflowers are a bit of a summer, probably a summer flower, aren't they? They pretty much grow year round here in Australia, I think, because we're just quite a hot country, but we're going to have them for a fall background today. Joyce loves to redo old furniture. That's awesome. Carolyn, you said you went to order and all the new fall items are sold out. No, they're not actually, they haven't been released yet, so that's probably why it's not showing up as you can purchase them yet. Pre-orders aren't available until tomorrow on the app and then Friday on the site if you're doing it from the website. I would encourage you to download the app. And when you're ordering via the app, it's Essential Stencil in the App Store. If you're ordering via the app, just type in my code, I restore stuff at the checkout and get 10% off. That's an added 10% above the 15% that you'll get for the whole fall bundle as well. So just make a note of that. I restore stuff. Add that on. I may go over with this on some of these outer leaves with that a nice brighter yellow, you know, like this Golden Sands it's called. It's a lovely yellow. Adding some more mustard to my brush. And off we go on our second sunflower down here. And you can have a sort of more of a rustic look if you really wanted to, and just lightly brush over the stencil. You can see that it still gives coverage, but it's not as thick, the paint, which is just absolutely okay. And it will create a lovely background. Here I am doing my leaves in mustard as well. We might as well. Just creating a lovely background for our stencil. So many different ideas you can use with just tote, you know, a tote bag. Have all sorts of theme ideas, even for gifts. Did you know it's Father's Day coming up in Australia? So we have different Father's Day date than you do in the USA. And ours is September, the first Sunday in September. So we've got that coming up. So could make some, not that you want to make a tote bag for Father's Day, but we could make some all sorts of fun other things for Father's Day. I did a live with Essential Stencil around Father's Day this year in the USA. And I created a book stack with some of the fun dad-related stencils there too. Okay, so here we have created our background. And there's all the mustard. Now, I feel like I want to add just a little bit of bright yellow to create a different... Oh, Dominica, sprinkling the sawdust. Thank you for sprinkling the love. Yeah, we love it when you... There's Marty Hankins made a comment in there. He must be watching my live. That's my husband. He's mentioning, oh, Father's Day. Yes, it's Father's Day in Australia. He does try to get away with two because he was born in the USA. So he tries to get away with two Father's Day. But, you know, yeah, he's trying. He's making sure I remember. He's got to drop us some hints first. Okay. Putting that mustard colour there, getting another brush. Now what I want to do is just add a little bit of lightness to somewhere around the outside petals of the sunflower. And this is a colour called Golden Sands. It's a nice yellow. Running out of room on my board here. That one's quite runny, a little bit runnier than it. Probably haven't mixed it up or shaken the jar as much as I should have. So I'm just trying to offload as much as I can. All right, now I'm just going to go on the ends of the sunflower, and it's almost like a bit of a dry brush that I'm doing here on the ends of the petals. Let's see. Just coming in from the end here. Oh, are you still with me? Seems like the live keeps pausing. Sorry about that. Don't forget to stay to the end because we do give away prizes here at Essential Stencil. Very generous with their prizes. We give away 3 lucky winners on our lives. And then again on the replay. So comment if you are watching the replay, which those of you live right now will know you're live because there's a big red live button in the corner. But if you are watching the replay, comment the word replay and you've got another chance to win a prize in the next 24 hours after we've finished going live. Okay, last little bit here. And it's almost like a dry brushing. I hope this turns out nicely. We've got that base underneath of the mustard colour, but then I'm just adding that extra little bit of tiz, shall we say. Okay. Oh, Jennifer said there's a great connection here. Okay, well that's good. Maybe it's just on my end that I'm seeing that. Okay, pulling away, we can hear the paint kind of, oh yeah, so I can sort of see, let me hold that up so you can see a bit closer. It's our sunflower background, and you can see around the petals there, I've just kind of dry brushed those edges with that lighter yellow colour to give a bit of a contrast and just a bit more depth to the design. And that's going to be a background for our stencil sign. And my cardboard didn't reach all the way to the bottom, so I'll just see, nope, didn't even go through. So that's good news. So we've got our background, and that's pretty much dried already. Yeah, it is. This furniture paint generally, you know, your chalk paints and your acrylic water-based paints, they do dry fairly quickly. So I think we're finished with the yellow colours. I will just put those in my water and pop that one in the sink, ready to wash. So if you've just joined me, so far, we're about to do the words on this one, but so far we've done a grandparent themed stencil tote bag. Could be a cute one for a gift for grandparents. And now we're working on our fall stencil tote bag that you could make for a friend. You could make it for yourself to go shopping with. Save on those plastic bags. Oops. Essential Stencil is popping in all those links there, and also the links for any of the stencils I'm using today are up in the description of the live. So when we finish the live, you can always just tap on the description and find them there as well. You'll also find my page link to visit my page, my furniture painting page at I Restore Stuff. Give you lots of tips and tricks for painting furniture and creating decorative finishes. Now, if I added the wreath, it would be a little bit too busy. So we're just going to add the words, and I'm going to do black because the black really does stand out as it did in this grandparents one. Oh, Sandy, all capitals. She's screaming out. I absolutely love it, Sharon. Look at all the sunflower. Yeah, it's gorgeous, isn't it? I love the sunflower. You know, you could add more yellow. You could do whatever colours you want, but I do love that mustardy fall look that we've got going on there. Let me just see if I can pop that down a little bit more so you can see. There we go. Okay, so I don't want the wreath, so I'm going to grab some painter's tape. Could have got these ones that were here. And I probably only need that painter's tape on those areas where it is really close to the words that I'm going to be using. So I can move this one down. At the top here, there's no words here that you could accidentally stencil on, so I won't worry about that bit, but these sections here, the T comes quite close to the wreath at the edge. and any other areas like that, we just do a quick little tape up of. Over here with the D, a little bit more here. Maria says, I love these bags. Where do you get the bags? Yeah, you can get those either via my Amazon shop link, which I can pop in the comments later, or probably a lot of your local fabric stores or DIY craft stores would have these as well. Now, having that tape right here is actually taped it to the... No, it hasn't. I thought it had taped it to there, but you can add extra tape to the edges just to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. And we need another brush. Oh, actually I did have a black brush, didn't I? I used this one earlier, and so that the bristles didn't dry out too much, I just popped it in a wet cloth that I have sitting to the side there. And then it's good to go. Yeah, the sunflowers are really quite popular at the moment, aren't they? All right, grabbing some more black paint. Now this was just a mineral paint again, another furniture paint. Move my cardboard around here. Offloading my brush, and then I just do a little swirly method. You could do some fun shadowing techniques. If you want to know how to create a 3D look with shadowing, I've got a few lives that I've done that on now, and you'll find those, any of our past lives, you'll find those in the, right here on the Essential Stencil page in the video tab. So you just, if you're on your phone or even on the desktop, you go up to the top of the page and you'll see a tab that says videos, and you just go to the live videos there. They're all in different playlists too. So you'll find a whole playlist on shadowing. So whenever we've done videos, any of us ambassadors, if we've done videos on Christmas, there's a Christmas playlist. If we've done fall ones, there's a fall playlist. So it's all themed. Or you can look up if you know, oh, I saw Sharon doing, or Amanda or Melissa, Grace. If you saw any ambassador doing a live and you just can't remember what it was or how to find it, you can go to those playlists, and we've each got a different playlist for each ambassador also. So that's another way of finding videos right here on the page. Oops. Okay. I feel like I can still see, maybe it's, yeah, you can sort of still see through the areas where the sunflower is painted in the background. So it's like the black is covering more in certain areas than in others. So we'll see. If we need a second coat, we can always go over it with some more paint when this dries. But we may not need to. It may just stand alone as it is. I'm getting wrist fatigue, you guys. Has anyone else just done so much stenciling, or maybe I'm moving too fast? And if you've done stenciling for any length of time and you've sat there for hours, your wrist starts going, oh, okay, we need a rest now. I'm almost finished though, and I can give my wrist a rest. Stencil fatigue. It's a thing, you guys. Yeah, Cindy says, I love Essential Stencils, great quality. Is the 27th the day for the new bundle to purchase? I think you're correct. Let me just go double check on my email. I have it right here. So tomorrow you can, which is Thursday the 26th, you can get the early access in the app. So if you've got the Essential Stencil app from your app store, wherever you get your apps from, you can do the pre-order then. Otherwise, on the main website, you can get it on Friday, which is the 27th, correct? So don't forget to use my code IRestoreStuff at the checkout when you order and get your 10% off. Already marked down, like the whole bundle. If you get the bundle, it's 15% off the entire fall bundle. And then you can add my code and get another 10% off that. So usually when the bundles come out, they do a great deal like that. And some people don't get the bundle, and then they go back later and go and see us doing lives on these wonderful stencil projects and go, I should have got the bundle. I would have got that one. So yeah, but it's up to you. You can choose to get the bundle or just choose different stencils individually. But that 15% off is a really, really good deal when those bundles first drop. So yes, so 26th for the app, and then the 27th for the main stencil site, which is essentialstencil.com. The link is actually up there in the description of the live. You can actually see a preview of all of the different stencils on there. Let me see. All right, I think we're done. Let's have a look and see what that looks like before I decide that we're finished. And stay tuned because we're going to pick some winners in just a minute. Oh yeah, that looks great. I love it. As normal, I haven't practiced this earlier, but I just kind of have an idea and then I just go with it. So there you go. Grateful, thankful, blessed, with a beautiful sunflower in the background. Another great tote bag idea. Gifts for a friend, something like that. So don't forget to set the design. There's two ways that you can do that. You can drop it in the dryer, put it in the dryer for about 15 minutes on hot setting, or use a dry iron. If you're doing your ironing, just add it to the pile and pop it in the dryer pop it on a hot iron, but it has to be a dry iron. Let me just pop this up so I can see you all. Okay, so yeah, that's how you can set the design so that when you can just pop these in the washing then, okay? All right, I think we're ready. Essential Stencil is going to pick some winners any minute now. So if you missed the beginning of our live, just go back and watch the replay after we've finished here. And these are the two designs of tote bags that we did today. So there's the grandkids, Life is Better with Grandkids, with those little hearts. The hearts are from the Stencil Club. You'll find them in the shop there if you're in the Stencil of the Month Club. The Grandparents set, there's 3 in that set. You can get that on the essentialstencil.com. The links are all in the description of my live. And then we did this full themed tote bag design. Grateful, thankful, blessed. So let's see if we can see those lucky winners. And don't forget, if you're watching the replay, or if you want to watch it again, you can comment the word replay in the next 24 hours and have another chance at winning an Essential Stencil, something from Essential Stencil. Awesome. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you for tuning in to watch from my Brizzy friend. Lynn says, I'll have to watch the replay. My grandkids just left. See, Lynn, you need a little grandparents tote bag by the sounds of it. Life is better with grandkids. I'm glad you spent time with the grandkids. You can always catch the replay and watch that live. All right, congratulations to our winners right now. Let me read them out. We've got Cindy and Diane and Maureen. You've been tagged in that last final comment there that's pinned. And there's a email of where you can send your details so that Essential Stencil can get your prize out to you. So thank you guys so much for watching. I want to go back through and look at any of your questions or any of your comments, so I hope to answer those. If you wouldn't mind, I would love you to jump over on my page, I Restore Stuff. You can find me at I Restore Stuff on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you like to hang out. I love to show you there my best tips and tricks for painting furniture, for painting decor, turning the old into new again, and of course for stenciling fun projects. So I'd love to see you over there. It's I Restore Stuff, and let me know that you found me here on Essential Stencils page. I'd love to know that too. All right, so that's all for me this week, and I will see you again next week with another fun project. I will catch you later. Thank you everybody for watching. Thanks for sharing the love. Bye.